Hey, this is Fede Alvarez, and this is ZayZay.com.
David. Please. Please. You have to get me out of here.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo está mi gente? Yo soy tu amigo ZayZay, and today I have the privilege of sitting with the director of the latest and greatest effort to scare your pants off. You gonna say that, right? Yeah. Fede Alvarez is here, director for Evil Dead. How you doing, Papa?
How you doing, man?
Good, good, good. Man.
You still scared?
Dude, what did you do? Why? Why make it so harsh? Why?
Because it's a horror movie. Horror movie is supposed to be scary, right? Like
claro.
I think in the last 10 years, some people forgot about that, and there's a lot of ghost stories, and
That's true. Yeah.
It's always about ghosts, and nothing is really happening, or whatever is the monster, you never see it. Well, this time I want to go back to the roots of horror and make it really, really scary, like kind of more 80s styles, and like really go back to the roots of what a scary movie has to be.
Sure,
That
sure.
is very scary.
Yeah, no, of course. Sam Raimi was quoted as saying that this is what he always imagined the Evil Dead should have been. Yeah. But he didn't have the money or the resources, technology and stuff like that back then in the 80s. Did you find that to be the same issue, or did you have any problems with that? Or
no, I mean, that's one of the reasons why Sam wanted to remake it, right? He wanted to do a new Evil Dead movie. He wanted a new Evil Dead movie for a new generation. Right. And part of the reason is, of course, because the resources he had back then was nothing, right? Like that's kind of the charm of the original. Right. But also, like, it's kind of the quintessential horror story, and then the original movie was never released in theaters. It was just VHS that was passed along. So right. It's a good time to bring this story to the big screen, man, and show it to the world.
Yeah. Now, you've made a lot of shorts in your life.
Yeah.
What's the main difference besides length, obviously? But what's the biggest difference between making shorts and making a full-length feature horror movie?
Well, but look, the length, what it makes the difference is, of course, you're shooting for a long time, right? Like a short you will do in 2-3 days. But in movies, you're like shooting. We shot this movie in 3.5 months of shooting, so it's like during 3.5 months, all you do is just go to the set, go back home, go to the set, and so you have to keep your mind sharp in the story and then not lose track of the story, because you may, sometimes you tell a joke one day and you tell the same joke next week and it's a different joke. Stories change every day. That the story can change on your mind, and so that's the hardest part when you're making a movie. Just keep focused on the same story.
Disciplina.
Exactly.
Yeah. If I had to convince somebody to go watch this movie, because I've heard, everyone is just saying how scary it is and how, and you even yourself said, I want to make a movie that's hard to watch, right? If you had to convince somebody to go see this movie, how could you get them over the hump?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a scary movie, right? Like it's scary and have very tough moments to watch because it's very graphical, right? It's the nature of the story. We're not being graphical just because it's the only way to tell this story. You have to be honest and you have to show the things that happened to this guy. But at the same time, what Evil Dead has is it's a lot of fun. Like the original Evil Deads were all about the fun and the horror, because these guys are not just victims. You will see, well, the story happened, it gets to a moment, they're not just victims running away. They decide to fight back, and they really fight back at the end. And that's something that is unique about these horror movies. They're being victimized during the whole movie, but at the end they go like, wait a minute, I'm not gonna run away anymore. They turn around and they face these things. Yeah. I think that's what makes these films cool.
Nice.
They're punished, but then they fight back.
I love it. What scares the crap out of you?
In life? My God, so many things. But I don't know, everything you see in the movie, the whole movie is just made of all my deepest fears, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely. That's the only way to. I wrote the movie, so every little moment that is scary in the movie is probably because I'm scared of that in real life.
Oh, really?
I guess so. Yeah.
Did you think about that when you were writing the movie?
You just do it naturally. It's just visceral, right? You write a story that if I want to write a scary scene, I cannot write something that doesn't scare me. That would never work. So you will go and you write the deepest fear naturally, right?
I love it. into the camera, and in 15 seconds, sell me this movie. Why do I need to go see The Evil Dead?
Okay, if you like horror movies and if you have, if you're really into this thing, this is gonna be your favorite movie ever. Like by far, it's really they don't make horror movies like this one anymore, so you have to go and watch it. And if you don't, this is just like a roller coaster. Like you have all the thrills, but you will be safe. Nothing's gonna happen to you. You'll be alive at the end of the movie.